This season takes us outside the walls of VGHS and into the world of inter-school competition. So there's school rivalries, there's against other schools, there's a whole slew of different game modes, game types that we depict inside the series. We have a Skyrim-esque fantasy game. We have
Mario Kart sort of battle mode. We have like a weird Pokemon-style 3D hologram card for those 10 people who bought the Sony PlayStation Eye. New drifting stuff. Even the drifting is different. Like we had the drifting scenes, but then we kind of treated one of the drifting sequences almost like a Need for Speed open world where Ted is like finding a car. So instead of just racing, it's like an open world kind of like story where he's trying to find his car and stuff. So the law, essentially in the first episode, you'll find out that the law gets, he got framed, or at least accused of cheating, and now he's just down and out and he's humiliated. And then because of that, the coach fled and they get a new coach, and the big surprise is that's Jenny's mom, who in the first season we kind of planted that they had this tumultuous, relationship, and she pressured her to be a great, FPS player. And just as Brian and Jenny are kind of getting together, the mom shows up. And then for Ted, you get for once, now that he's not just a side character, we have this whole story about him becoming a drifter and like whether or not he can be cool, a true drifter. Yes. And we have this whole like story where he gets his own car, and essentially he's like grown up to be like a man. Like Ted is grown up.
Key never figured out where her room was, so she takes over Ted's room, and Ted, if you remember from the first season, was the RA, so Key also takes over the duties of the floor RA, so she runs into all the various problems that entails. She runs into our main antagonist this season, character by the name of Shane Pizza, who is the captain of the RTS crowd. So the RTS crowd, think like Wall Street and meets American Psycho. They're all suit-wearing, fast-talking, Bluetooth headset-wearing
Cheetah comes back.
Cheeto the cat returns.
He's like always in an existential crisis. And then we set up all this stuff for season 3. So the end of the show like really has these big kind of story arcs that will happen for Key and Ted and Brian and everybody.
48 frames a second. We shot the action in a mix of 24-48. So everything inside the game is shot in like a hyper-real high frame rate, 48 frames a second, just like The Hobbit. We have a player on our site that'll play that back. We have full TV-length episodes. So it's season 2 consists of 6 30 to 40-minute long television-length episodes. That's a full 50-man orchestral score, which is a lot of fun. Sounds really good.
Built the sets at YouTube stage, which is a huge thing as opposed to all location work. We built these massive school sets.
We basically turned this entire stage space actually into video game high school. And of course, there's a continuation of storyline and more characters, etc., etc. So the big name that is joining our cast this season, Cynthia Watros, who some of you may know as Libby from Lost.
John Ennis.
John Ennis.
Local comedy people should know him. He's a big improv actor. Been in a ton of movies like Zodiac and stuff. So he plays Key Swan's dad.
Hilariously, Jimmy's sort of co-star, I don't really star, but yeah, co-star on John Dies at the End, Chase Williamson, is on as Shane Pizza.
He's the main bad guy.
We also have a slew of cameos from all over the place. We have Cliff Blazinski from Epic Games shows up.
Ashley Clements from Lizzie Bennet Diaries.
And of course the whole cast, Harley and everyone else that you're familiar with.
I played the Dean again, Calhoun, but they totally they ripped me down. You see me in a bunny suit. That's not spoilers, it's in the trailer. They make a bitch out of me. It's dumb. No, I'm kidding. I like it. It was fun. It was a great time. I don't always need to be like a mean dirtbag, but that just comes so easily to me. I was in a bunny suit for a full day. I lay out here on the parking lot and took some Instagram photos. Check it out at Harley Plays on Instagram. See some photos of me in a bunny suit lying on the concrete. If you want that. I don't think you want that though. You might though.
We are totally uninvolved with the production. It's kind of like an urban myth at this point, urban legend.
We have cameos as an opposing high school. It's like it's me, Sam, our friend Jake, who's like our producer for all our stuff.
It's basically our entire team.
Yeah. But we all have beards, and we're supposed to be in high school.
Yeah, it's like this facial hair, and it doesn't really work in a high school sporting setting. It's like, why are they so old?
The story we came up with is that like we were the prodigies of our high school, and our school is bent on trying to beat VGHS. So they've held us back for years and years because we're like just becoming as good as we can.
Yeah.
But we still lose.
Yeah, it's kind of like going to your high school's like battle of the bands, and like 2/3 of the band is made up of people who've already graduated. It's like that, and that's who we are.
I watched a couple of episodes, not all of them. I gotta say, I stopped watching it because I realized that Freddie is not gonna invite me to act in it. And when he was shooting the second season, I came up to him and I said, Freddie, when am I going to be on the show? he laughed at my face, and I said, you know what, Freddie? I'll come to the premiere and do this interview and say how mad I am at you. Freddie, what the hell? Freddie's awesome. I love everything that he's creating, and I'm looking forward to see this. I saw the trailer a couple of days ago. It looks very action-packed. I love video games. I love action, and a lot of my friends are in it.
It's one of those ideas that, like, it makes me jealous that I didn't come up with it. It's really cool. It's really awesome, and I like how it's very like, it's not crass, and it's very like, you know, I could show it to my little cousins. I could watch it with my little cousins. I don't have to be afraid of there being violent content or like them being afraid or learning about the sex. It could totally be a Nickelodeon show, and I don't know why Nickelodeon hasn't picked it up already and just done it. Pick it up, Nickelodeon. What are you doing, bro? Come on, John Nickelodeon. What are you doing with your life? Huh? You just sitting at home eating your goddamn popcorn? Huh? With your hand down your pants, touching your erection?
Web series, really, I think it's just the beginning for it. I mean, people have really scratched the surface. I mean, Netflix is really pushing new boundaries where people don't really, links don't matter as much anymore. It's really people want stories, people want to be able to follow characters, they want to be able to follow things for long periods of time. The overwhelming feedback from season 1 was always longer episodes, we want more. And so that's exactly what this is. We found that it's like, while originally the idea was shorter episodes would be better for the online audience, it's like they just feel, it feels like since you're used to 20 or 40 minutes, you just feel like every episode just leaves you wanting more, and so that's exactly what this is. And so really in terms of length and the future of it, I think it's very promising. People just want to watch things they want to watch now.
What we're trying to do very much with this season of Video Game High School is we're trying to turn around like what web series can do. Like we really think that this has the potential for people, because when you think web series right now, there's so much baggage to it, right? It's like, oh, did you see this? That was good for a web series, right? You hear this all the time. And that to me is a problem, because I see the web and I see web video as the next thing. I see web is television when cinema was around. It was cinema when theater was around. It's the new form of entertainment, and nobody's taking it seriously. And we want to be the first people to really take it seriously and put something out there that's like, hey, this is quality, this is good storytelling, this is something that you can watch and you can enjoy without having to qualify it, which is, I think, most of the time what happens with web series.